Hey everyone, this is a special video on my DeWalt Air Chisel, so don't go away. I think you'll find it interesting. Alright, so I have a diesel bus, and it has approximately 500 rivets throughout the bus, the steel rivets throughout the bus. Now, there's a number of options to remove those. They can be drilled out. You can use a regular hammer and chisel. I saw different methods online, and I decided to go with the air chisel because it's just a lot easier on my shoulders. And the reason I'm doing this close-up video is because when I did the video in the bus, it was so dark. After playing it back, you really can't see what I was describing. So the DeWalt comes with this piece itself. This goes into the bottom. Use a little bit of Teflon tape to create a good seal. A variety of chisels and a punch. Initially, what I had to do was use this punch on the center of the steel rivet to sort of disconnect that piece, and then use the chisel portion to remove the rivet itself, the wound part. And I do have, I believe I have some pictures and a short close-up video I can post in between this. However, what I also wanted to show you was what I needed to do with this chisel based on someone else's video that worked really well. I just put my gloves on because there is a little bit of grease. And oh, let me back up for a second. I have never used one of these before. It was my first time with this kind of a tool. And when I was trying to put this unit on, or this, I kept running into a problem where it felt like this was cross-threading and was not going down all the way because I was trying to turn it at the bottom. So I don't know if it was just by accident or I read something, but in taking this off and putting it on, it works best if you turn it from the opposite end. In other words, if you want to take it off, turn it from the bottom, and then once I turned it from the top, and I was pushing on this piece as I was turning it, it went on really easy, as you can see. Now the second issue I had, it was winter time. So this problem I kept having, it was getting so cold, there's a lot of cold air being forced through that very quick. It was freezing up, so I had to stop frequently and let it warm up. But what I want to show you in particular, alright, when I got this chisel, it was more rounded on the edge and not very sharp. And in one of the videos I saw, someone was taking a grinder and they were smoothing this out to create a nice sharp edge here. So what I did is I created one side really flat so I could get up as close as I could, and then I created one side, kept it beveled or angled, but still kept this piece sharp. So when I was going to use this and I put this part was facing me, this went up behind the rivet, and that came off really well. Alright, another important thing to remember about air tools when you're using them, if it's cold weather, moisture can get up inside here and start to freeze. That was the problem I had in the bus. So when you are not using it, if it is wintertime, make sure you bring it inside in a warm place. So if it does start to freeze up when you're using it, if you're experiencing that issue, you want to stop using it, warm it up, bring it inside, and you have to. And also, the chisels or punches that you're using, Be sure also when you are not using it that you are not leaving this out in the winter time. Most of you probably already know when something is colder, it does cause it to be more brittle. Now in the case of what I was using this for, it probably would not have been an issue. However, to be on the safe side, I kept my chisel and all pieces in the house when I was not using it. I just wanted to make this because so that you can see what I used in how I set this up to remove the rivets from the bus.